Hello students, hello viewers, welcome to this video. And in this video, we are going to look at the pronunciation of a new word. So the word for today is, let me spell it out for you. It is Conversation. Let me repeat, Conversation. And this word divides itself into 4 syllables. They are conversation. Syllable 1 is con, syllable 2 is ver, syllable 3 is say, and syllable 4 is shun. Now, before we proceed and listen to the pronunciation of this word, let us try to guess which syllables will take the accent. So since it's a 4-syllable word, the 4th syllable is out of question. We know that any word which is beyond 3 syllables will usually, the last syllable will usually not be stressed. Okay? So that the 4th syllable goes away. So now how many syllables are left? We are left with 3 syllables, of which we could say that there could be potentially 2 stress syllables, one primary and one secondary. So I'm showing this like this because primary and secondary, because the 3rd syllable would be primary. If there are 2 stress syllables, then the 3rd syllable would be primary and the 1st syllable would be secondary stressed. We'll take the secondary stress. Now, is there another possibility? Yes, there is. There are in fact 2 possibilities. Let's discuss them one by one. The one possibility is, if there is only 1 stress syllable, then the second syllable is most likely to take the primary stress syllable, and that will be called as a primary stress. If there is only 1 stress syllable, it is called as a primary stress. If there are 2 stress syllables, one will be called the primary stress, the other will be called the secondary stress syllable. So if the second syllable takes it, that will be the primary stress. No, don't forget, in a 4-syllable word, we are removing the 4th syllable. The 1st syllable could also take the primary stress. Rarely, but that happens very, very rarely. So there are 2 possibilities which offer us, there are 2 possibilities that could happen. One is you have a primary and a secondary stress, that is with 2 stress syllables, or you could have just a single stress syllable which could be either the second or the first. The first we'll exclude because that happens very, very rarely. Okay. So let us see. Listen to the pronunciation and tell me how many stress syllables there are. Okay. Conversation. 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 Okay. So if you notice the 3rd syllable A, obviously it takes, there is a diphthong there, so automatically it will take the primary stress. Now there is one more possibility, but I can discuss that only when we look at the screen. So let us share screen. There we are. Let us share. Just a minute. Stop share. Sorry, there was a small technical, some technical from my side. Something went wrong. Just a minute. So there we are. If you're able to see the screen, yes, I think you will be. So, and you'll be also able to see me because in a small window. So if you the word for today is conversation, and there are 2 stress syllables here. Zay, the 3rd syllable zay takes the primary stress, and we have the secondary stress on the 1st syllable con. Okay, so it is. Let us look at the transcription. So there we are. The secondary stress syllable is shown by a diacritic, a symbol like this below the syllable, and the primary stress syllable is shown like this with a symbol above. Okay, and if you notice something here, I have introduced this. I wanted to show you you should be. You should realize here in the final syllable, since the final syllables beyond 3 syllables, the final syllables are usually 4-syllable words, 4, 5, 6, 7-syllable words. And the final syllable will usually be weak. So we have a very weak shwa here. So it is not shun, but shin. So the final syllable has to be pronounced like this. So it is conversation. Conversation. Now, wherever you find this, there is a small difference that you find between the 17th and 18th editions. In the 18th edition of CEPD, you would notice that the shwa, a weak shwa is introduced. But in the 17th edition, if you check, if anyone is interested, you can always check. I don't know. I have both the editions with me. But it would be a task to go and just refer to these two editions, because you'll have to install the CD, or you'll have to refer to the dictionaries, and then maybe I'll show you the nuances of the differences between the 17th and 18th edition. But then we'll do that later. But if you notice here, you find this schwa here in the 18th edition. In the 17th edition, you don't find it. In fact, it is written without it. So it will be written something like this, and there will be a small mark below in to show that it's a syllabic consonant. Of course, I'm not going to talk about syllabic consonants at length, but there. This is the difference between the 17th and 18th editions, in the sense that in the 18th edition, the schwa is shown. But again, it's a very weak, schwa is weak, and here it's even more weak. It's a weakened schwa. Okay. So I wanted to show you these nuances of transcription. But this is what we follow right now. So the word for today is conversation. There's one more thing just before I close the video. Please notice here, it is the sound here, the third syllable is s and not z. So please don't make this mistake of saying conversation. Nothing wrong in that, but it's not quite accurate. The pronunciation will not be quite accurate. So it's conversation and not conversation. So there is a difference between, you have two sounds s and is, and there are two different phonemes in the English phonology, in the English phoneme system. So the word for today is conversation, and there are two stressed syllables. The third syllable takes the primary accent, and the first syllable takes the secondary accent. So please keep practicing this. Please practice this word. Again, we looked at a 4-syllable word. So make this as part of your task that I gave you for finding out how the 4-syllable words work, how the stress in 4-syllable words work. So with that, I'd like to say goodbye. Keep practicing, and please look forward to my next video. Till then, goodbye.